Hey, welcome back to some insights from the 2020 Compliance Line Benchmark Report. So, as we're talking about issue intake, obviously you're going to be looking at how did people find out about the intake process and the web form and the hotline and all of that. So, we're looking here at the proportion of the reports that people were made aware of it by the internet. And there are other ways, and there are a bunch of things that you can do in your communication awareness program. But the big thing that I want you to think about is that if you think that your awareness system and the things that you're doing to communicate about this engagement is kind of a set it and forget it thing, you got to leave that outside and think about how the money that you're spending and the ROI that you're trying to get out of your compliance spend can really be enhanced by getting good awareness and communication around this. This should not just be a poster on the wall that's 85 years old and no one sees unless they're in the stockroom. This should be an engaging conversation that not only tells people about reporting, but also makes an impact on your culture. Your awareness materials, whether it's a flyer or an email or a poster or whatever it is, they should bring into the way that they communicate neuroscience and behavioral psychology and big words with lots of syllables in it. But joking aside, you want to not just, this is not compliance 1.0, where, hey, I got a poster up and no one better, I better not get in trouble because I did what I'm supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is take the best care of your employees that you can, and part of that is getting them engaged through a compelling and thoughtful awareness campaign that hits your culture, that speaks to people where they are, and invites them to come into this process, whether they find it on the internet or anywhere else, and really help your team, help your culture.
So, reporter awareness channel, right, how they find out about the line should be looked at, especially in the context of your reporting rate, right? Usually, if you have numbers that are way off base, and you can download the full report to see the different cuts of the different channels, but if you have numbers that are way off base, it usually kind of corresponds with a lower than average reporting rate. And so, to Gio's point, what you need to be doing is think about, from a marketing standpoint, Coca-Cola doesn't keep the same commercial for the last 50 years. They're always changing that up because you need to present something new to remind people about it. That presenting of something new also reminds your team that this is a true initiative for you, that you're obviously spending money and effort to make sure that they know to speak up and how to speak up.
Yep.
And then another issue that we talked about is we've seen a huge growth in the internet piece. And so what more and more people are doing is they're finding out about the line through just the regular internet, not their company intranet. Many times they're on their phone and they might not be in the VPN where that intranet is housed. So we've seen a lot of things on the internet side really grow as an awareness tool. But at the end of the day, if we're trying to drive toward that goodness of a great speak up culture, you need to be rotating those posters. You need to have a thoughtful advertising campaign, so to speak, to your employees if you want to drive the behaviors that we're looking for. So think about what you can do from an awareness standpoint, from an education standpoint, and from a broad sort of macro level commitment to awareness that's going to show that this is not a check the box thing for your organization and for your department. It's something that can really help elevate and pursue that mission a lot more quickly and a lot more efficiently.
Yeah, and the investment that you make from the effort or just the budget that you spend on your awareness program,
right,
it can really have a far-reaching impact because this is a communication channel, and you're not just posting a number or putting a poster on the wall. You're communicating to your entire culture that, hey, this thing is relevant to your job and your life and the things that you care about and the mission of this whole company and why we're here. And you can put those all into your communication and awareness programs without breaking the bank or without having to kind of muscle it yourself.
Right.
But if if people are seeing some, underperformance on some of these other metrics, a lot of times this awareness piece can be a multifaceted impact of not just telling people about it, which is the compliance 1.0 thing of just, hey, it's in the policy, but also getting them engaged and making it clear to everybody that our compliance team cares and we're going to do something about it, and the leadership of the company as a whole wants this to be something that is on everyone's radar. Right. So check it out. There's some more stuff in the benchmark report about the other awareness channels and a bunch of ways that you and your team can elevate your impact and be the strategic lever across your whole organization as a compliance, HR, and ethics leader.